This is Adventure for Life. I'm Joel. Today we're going to shoot some off-road footage, and I'm going to demonstrate the various switches and buttons and whatnot that need to be pushed to engage low range, the center diff, the front and rear differentials, and also shoot some drone footage today, so hopefully that'll be fun. So here we are. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in, I'm going to engage the center diff. So again, you're going to put the car in neutral. You're going to pull up the collar, shift. Well, why is it not shifting? There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead, that's in low range, and now I'm going to put it in low range lock. I'm also going to, center diff lock, I'm also going to put it in off-road mode, and the way you do that is by pushing that in and it flashes, then you push it one more time. So it's in off-road mode now, and we're going to, I'm also going to put it in manual. So here we go. This ought to be fun. I'm watching the drone at the same time I'm going forward. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Hopefully you can hear the motor on the Grenadier. Again, the sound, I didn't expect sound to be great on this, but it really is. And so I like the sound of the vehicle. I mean, it's not, again, if you've heard a G-Wagon, it's got a lot better, more gutty sound than this thing does, but this is still pretty good. So I put it in, again, the center diffs are on and I'm in low gear. I'm going to do a little bit of climbing and some lower, go up and do a little bit of climbing, and hopefully this drone is gonna, I'm sorry, my words aren't coming out very well, but I'm trying to pay attention to the drone and to the to both GoPros at the same time and the driving, so that's why you're getting a little bit of hesitation in my voice. So I'm just driving around, on the property around my house, and wanted to get what I could out of all this. You'll see in a second, I am getting ready to go up this hill. So if you see on the GoPro, I think right now, you'll see that there's some tracks, and I actually did a little slip in there yesterday. And so I'm going to set the, so I tried to climb that with just the center diff yesterday, and it didn't work very well. And so then I actually slipped and I had to, reverse and come back down. So now I'm going to put on the differential locks. And the way I learned to do this, and I just looked in the manual, you hold the rear for 1 second, and you're supposed to be moving forward slightly, and then you can set the front, hold it for 1 second, and now I have center, front, and rear diff, and we'll see how well this thing climbs this. So again, you can see that I kind of got off and started slipping yesterday, and today there's a little bit of slip there, but it still climbed it just fine. So that's kind of cool. You see the drone's gotten behind me too. So I'm gonna have to go back around. So I'm gonna go back down that same spot that I just now climbed and go back and get the drone, because it's lost me. But you see how the diff locks work. It definitely makes a difference, because again, that area that I tried to climb yesterday that I just now drove up, I couldn't climb the first time. Basically everything on this property I've been able to climb with with the diff lock, with just the center diff lock. But I'm going to try going down this path now with just the center diff lock. But that one there, this is sandy soil, and so it. I'm looking for my drone. It wasn't able to climb that. Okay, so I got the drone back, and it got stuck in the trees, so hopefully it'll figure out where it needs to go. There we go. So it's doing good. I mean, this drone is intelligent in that it's got crash avoidance and whatnot, but it's not perfect. And so you see this incline's probably, I don't know, 20 degrees, something like that. I said 25 the other day. You climb no problem whatsoever. In the manual, it does say about the I'm going to shift into second. It does say about the rear and front diff, that the front diff only can come on, the rear diff has to go on first. The center diff has to be on, then the rear diff, then the front diff. You cannot do it in any other sequence than that. I have certainly driven other vehicles, like I drove a Jeep at Moab once. It was modified by somebody, and it had a front and rear lockers. It did not have center locker, but it had front and rear lockers, and it had front and rear lockers and air lockers. And it, there we go. Oh, I stopped on the hill, and we'll see with a stupid drone. It had front and rear lockers, and they, you just used them however you wanted to. So that was really a nice feature. And in that case, the guy who owned it could do whatever he wanted to. If he wanted to break his axles or whatever, that was totally up to him. And but in the case of this is a production vehicle, and they can't risk that. They've got to warranty this thing and whatnot, and so that's why they've got to have some kind of specific method of sequencing the differentials, because they don't want want us tearing it up. Okay, so I am, as you can see, going down a hill, and as always, and I think you've heard this before, GoPro, drone, whatever, they're never going to do justice to the hills that you're on. So just understand that you know, the hills are much steeper than what you're seeing. Anyway, so I've got all the differentials on. You're not supposed to drive with the differentials on at all when you're on any kind of paved surface. So that is an important thing, I think, to remember, because it says you'll tear stuff up. Again, you know, when I drove my friend's Jeep that had the lockers, you know, we didn't drive it on the road like that, but certainly on rocks in Moab and whatnot. And, you know, it handled all of that just fine. I just now heard a little bit of squealing. So I'm actually going to turn the lockers back off now. And I'll show you what that's like. So again, all you have to do, and you don't have to turn the front off, all you have to do is turn the rear off. And if you just hold it for a second. Now, the way this works is, and you've seen this, you see those lights keep flashing, and it's waiting to sense a difference in speed from either the left or the right wheel before it turns off. Well, it's kind of weak, and I've heard other people comment the same, that's less than spectacular, because you see now, in theory, they're already disengaged, but you see it still flashing even though I'm turning and doing various things. So I'm surprised this drone's actually doing pretty good. Hopefully it's going to find me. Okay. The rear quit. Now the front's still flashing, which I don't know why that is, but it is. Okay, so I still got my drone. That's good. You can hear I'm in low gear. I'm going to shift it into second, and hopefully the drone will get back out in front of me. And again, I'm just driving around, and you see that, you know, it's handling all of these inclines and declines, and I'll do some more of this in a minute, but I'm going to get this drone back away from me, and now I'm gonna get it to get me going through these trees. Anyway, you know, I've been very pleased so far with, you know, I've gone through through this ditch that I was just now in. I'm going to do some more of that. I will be getting some more, you know, after I get the drone shut down and whatnot, I'll be getting some more footage of me driving around my property, and you'll see some of its capabilities, its ability to climb, its ability to ascend and descend. There's been several times that I've thought, oh, I'm going to hear the scrape underneath the vehicle, and, you know, because of the breakover angle and whatnot, and I haven't heard it. So I'm pretty happy about that.